Sit up nice and tall. You might elevate your seat about 4, maybe 6 inches off the earth. I'm going to move my cat to the side. Walk your hands forward. Feel the earth under your fingertips. And walk the flesh of your buttocks back 1 or 2 times. And then as you anchor your sitting bones down, crawl your hands all the way up. Rest your hands on your knees, your thighs, your lap. I have to laugh because I have to share a story. I was teaching a Zoom class yesterday from my living room, and at the very beginning of the class, my cat vomited. So I just think of that, and it really makes me laugh, and it was really quite disgusting. So anyway, moving on. So sitting up nice and tall here. Roll your spine nice and tall. Broaden your collarbones. Melt your shoulder blades onto your back. And slide the corners of your neck back, stacking your head right over your heart. And let's rest one hand on your low belly and one hand at your heart this evening. One hand on your low belly and one hand at your heart. And take this time to arrive with your breath. Finding this place of center, of balance. This place that is always available for you to come back to take pause. And notice here the quality of your breath. Now, I've noticed personally from breathing with a mask on whenever I do leave my home, that sometimes my breath sits a little more shallowly. So as we breathe here, can you send breath down into the belly without forcing or pushing? Just a sense of allowing, almost as if your lungs were a tree and you are breathing all the way down into the roots. And while we're here, you might do a sensing or scanning from the crown of the head down to the soles of the feet, noticing non-judgmentally what you might have brought with you to the mat. All parts are welcome. And if you come across any area of tension, tightness, or anything asking to be released, take a smooth inhale through the nose, and as if through a straw, exhale through pursed lips. We call this a who breath. We'll do this 2 more times. Smooth inhale through the nose, and through a straw, exhale. And 1 more time, please. That breath can be done anytime throughout your practice or throughout your waking life, your daily life. Better out than in. Slide your bottom hand up to stack at your top hand, please. Both hands resting at your heart. And call to mind 1 word that brought you to the mat this evening. And we'll begin our practice with 1 Om sound. First, a breath, take a nice inhale. And let it go, exhale. Inhale. Bowing your thinking mind to your heart. Let's relax your arms down. Let's take a few moments to lean back, stretch your legs forward. You can shake out your knees. You might even windshield wipe your feet from side to side a bit. And we'll come back to a sitting position. I'm going to recommend perhaps switching the crossing of your shins. We'll be here for a little bit of a moving meditation. So I want you to be absolutely comfortable. If sitting the way you sat before feels fine, honor that. Wherever you are, make sure you can sit up nice and tall. And we're going to work with a mudra today called Garuda Mudra. So you'll bring your palms to stack at your heart. And the way I was taught was female left palm on top, male right palm on top, but I want you to choose. And you might even take a moment here and notice which one, with one hand on top, can you breathe the same or different with the opposite hand? That might be subtle. And whichever hand you choose, and please take your time, feel free to play with that. We're gonna hook our thumbs. Hook your thumbs and fan your fingers towards your shoulders, like bird wings. Take a moment here if it's comfortable and feels safe, close your eyes. And notice here in this Garuda Mudra, mystical bird mudra, notice how the breath is moving simply by changing the position of your hands. Garuda Mudra is a beautiful mudra for the respiratory system and the circulatory system. It's a mudra to balance right and left hemispheres of the brain. It can be very grounding, calming. So just notice. And we'll work with a little mudra flow to begin. So when you're ready, you might softly blink your eyes to open. On an inhale, we'll open the elbows wide, lift your heart, look up. As you exhale, catch your elbows around your back, navel towards your spine. On an inhale, sit up nice and tall, stretch out your arms like bird wings. I'm not going to mirror you here. As you exhale, turn to the right, bring left hand to the front of your left hand in front of your right shoulder. Inhale, center, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, turn to the left, right hand in front of left shoulder. Inhale, back to center, lift your palms, lift your heart, look up, a little back bend. Exhale, Garuda Mudra, bowing back in. And we'll repeat this together. Inhale, open, expand when you're ready, heart bright. As you exhale, catch your elbows around your back. On an inhale, sit up nice and tall, stretch out your arms like bird wings. Exhale, turn to the right, you might peek at right hand thumb. Inhale, center, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, turn to the left. You might peek at left hand thumb. Inhale, center, lift your palms, lift your heart, look up. Exhale, Garuda Mudra. You just call the breath this time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, arms out wide. Exhale, turn to the right. Inhale, center, sit up tall. Exhale, turn to the left. Inhale, center, lift your palms, lift your heart, look up. Exhale, Garuda Mudra. One more time together. Inhale. Elbows wide. Exhale. Inhale, sit up tall, stretch out your arms. Exhale, turn to the right. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, turn to the left. Inhale, lift your palms, lift your heart, look up. Exhale, Garuda Mudra. And let's take a pause here. Allow the heart to rise up into your palms. Collarbones broad, head stacking. And just notice the breath. When you're ready, relax your hands down. And let's make our way into a tabletop position, please. Hands and knees. Please take your time. If you want to stretch one leg back at a time, please honor what feels just right. And when you're ready, we'll come into a tabletop position, hands and knees. So wrists are under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Grow your spine nice and long. And let's move into some cat-cows together. As you inhale, draw your heart forward, inner thighs roll back and apart. As you exhale, round your spine, press the floor away, hollow out your low belly. Inhale, draw your heart forward, a pause at the top. And exhale, round the spine, pausing at the bottom. Let's do this one more time together. Maybe the eyes close. And then really listening to your body. You might start to make circles with the ribs in one direction, almost like you're circling a jump rope with your ribs. So really no right or wrong here. We have about 10 breaths to explore. Where can you create a little more unstuckness or a little more ease and freedom? No right or wrong. You might even walk your arms forward and play a little bit with a little bit of a deeper back bend. So no right or wrong here. So a little exploration. If you're circling, make sure you circle in both directions. And once you feel even, begin to find a little more linear movement, either cat-cow, or you might reach your hips back to child's pose. So you choose. So yoga tends to be very linear, which is a masculine energy, that circular movement, a little more lunar quality or feminine quality. Coming back to this neutral movement. And eventually I'll meet you in child's pose. So the knees might be wide, big toes together, arms can be forward, and allow the forehead to rest. Good. A few more breaths here. Good. And then inhale forward to a tabletop position, please. Hands and knees position on the mat. And let's slide your right leg back. You might press or pulse if you haven't already. And then with that right leg reaching back, shift the shoulders over your wrists, lengthen the back of the neck. You might gaze at the top edge of your yoga mat. And then breathe your right leg parallel to the floor, please. All 5 toes are wrapping down, inner thighs hugging together. Take an inhale here, stretch longer. As you exhale, round knee to nose. Inhale, reach it back, draw your heart forward. Exhale, round knee to nose. Inhale, reach it back. 3 more, exhale, round. Inhale, reach it back. Again, exhale, round. Inhale, reach it back. And last time, exhale, round. This time, inhale, reach it straight back. We'll take a pause here, navel to spine. Hug your inner thighs together. And cross your right leg behind your left leg. Set the toes down. Press out to that heel. And take a peek over your left shoulder at that right heel. Take a peek over your left shoulder at your right heel. I want to give a couple options here. To release the wrists, you might pivot your left hand to the left, maybe your right hand to the right. You might even explore rolling to the pinky edge side of that right foot, just as an option. Just as an option. Breathe. One more breath. Let's allow the upper body to unwind first. And then slowly inhale your right leg back. As you exhale, set the knee down. We'll take 2 rounds of cat-cow, please. Inhale, draw your heart forward. Exhale, round your spine. One more time. Inhale, draw your heart forward. Exhale, round. And we'll inhale to a nice long spine. Shoulder blades softening onto your back. And this time we'll slide that left leg back. You might press or pulse a few times if you haven't already. You have a bladder meridian that runs down the back of the leg. And with the shoulders right over the wrists, press the floor away and then breathe your left leg parallel to the floor. All 5 toes wrap down, hug your inner thighs together. Take an inhale here, grow longer. As you exhale, round knee to nose. Inhale, reach it back, heart draws forward. Exhale, round knee to nose. Inhale, reach it back. 3 more. Exhale to round. Inhale, bring it back. 2 more. Exhale. Inhale. And last time, exhale. Inhale, straight back, please. Stay for your exhale, navel to spine, hug your inner thighs together. And this time we'll cross that left leg behind your right leg, set the toes down, press out of that left heel, and take a peek over your right shoulder at that heel. Once again, maybe your right hand pivots to the right, maybe your left hand pivots to the left, just an option. Maybe, just maybe, you roll to the pinky edge side of your left foot. It's not better, it's just different. Breathe. One more breath. Let the upper body unwind first. And then inhale your left leg back. As you exhale, set the knee down. 1 round of cat-cow. Inhale, draw your heart forward. Exhale, round your spine. This time, inhale to a nice long spine. And we'll exhale back to child's pose. Knees might be wide, big toes might touch. And we'll stay and breathe. We'll take a little pause here. You might roll your palms open towards the ceiling. Allow the upper arms to roll open. You might stay here. You might bend your elbows, bring your fingertips to the tops of the shoulders, to the sides of the neck, wherever they comfortably reach. And you might give yourself a little massage here. Massage. Unwinding your arms. And I will meet you in downward facing dog. Downward facing dog, please. Of course, recognizing this is your practice. Take what serves you, discard what doesn't. If dog doesn't nourish you, keep the knees on the floor. Coming into more of a puppy dog shape. Totally fine. If you're in dog, you might walk it out. Finding a bit of stillness in your dog when you're ready. Make sure your spine is nice and long, so that might mean you bend your knees forward. Reach the tops of your thigh bones up and back. Maybe you inhale high onto your toes, fronts of the legs lift up. And as you exhale, reach your heels back and down. Let's do that again. Inhale high onto your toes. Exhale, reach your heels back and down. Let's add on a little bit here. Inhale high into your toes, round your back way forward to plank pose, top of a push-up, bodies in one straight line. Let's reach your hips up and back, downward facing dog. We'll just do that one more time. Inhale high into your toes, way forward, plank pose. This time we'll stay. You might lower your knees. You might flatten the tops of your feet. Pause. Take an inhale here, sternum bone lengthening. In one piece, lower all the way to your belly, please. Elbows back, all the way down you go. Press your toenails down, pubic bone down. Let's inhale, rise to cobra, please. We'll stay here and breathe. So make sure all 10 toenails, even that pinky toe, is rooting down. Those inner thighs are wrapping up towards the ceiling. And pubic bone anchored. And maybe lift your hands off the floor just for fun, maybe. Allow the collarbones to broaden. And then plant your hands down isometrically. Drag your hands back, reaching the back of your heart forward. Breathe. Take a nice inhale here. As you exhale, lower all the way down. We'll take a couple cobra pulses. Inhale, lift your heart. You might lift your hands. Exhale, lower all the way down. Again, inhale, lift your heart, maybe lift your hands. Exhale, lower all the way down. And one more time, please. Inhale, rise. And exhale, lower all the way down. Curl your toes under. Exhale, press back to child's pose. You might even roll your palms open for a breath or two. We call this pranam, pose of gratitude. And stay and breathe. When you're ready, I'll meet you in downward facing dog, please. Downward facing dog, no rush at all. You might bring the big toes all the way together. I'm going to recommend it. Keeping dog in your upper body, breathe your right leg up and back, straight back. Good, inhale high to your left toes. As you exhale, reach your left heel back and down. Bend your right knee like you're gonna kick yourself in the buttocks. And begin to roll that right hip open. Try to keep dog in your upper body, please. Inhale high to your left toes once again. And exhale, reach your left heel back and down. You might find a little movement of your left hip, your left knee, your left ankle. A little play here, a little exploration. And then re-squaring that leg, re-squaring the hip. And let's set that foot down. Let's set the knees down. Take a child's pose. Connecting to breath in case you've lost that connection. Taking pause. And when you're ready, we'll come back to downward facing dog. We'll bring the big toes all the way together if you did so on the first side. And then breathe your left leg up and back. All 5 toes wrapped down. Inhale high into your right toes. And then exhale, reach your right heel back and down. Bend that left knee, stack that hip, try to keep dog in your upper body. And we'll inhale high into your right toes. And exhale, reach your right heel back and down. And you might find some movement of your left hip, your ankle. A little exploration here. And then when you're ready, re-square that leg, re-square the hip, take an inhale. As you exhale, set the foot down, set the knees down, child's pose, child's pose. You might circle your wrists. Downward facing dog, please. On an inhale, breathe your right leg up and back. Use your strong core to exhale, step that foot all the way through. If it doesn't make it, give it help, you're human. Lower that back knee down and inhale, rise up, Anjaneyasana. Good, feel free to pad your back knee, please. Make sure the back knee is absolutely comfortable. And I can't really see your knees here, but make sure your back knee, you're not sitting right on the patella. So if that's you, pick up that knee, scoot your back just a tiny little bit. Good. Great. So as the feet root down, scissor your feet in. Navel draws in and up as the heart lifts. Look up, take a nice inhale, listen carefully. As you exhale, sweep the arms back, bow it a bit forward. On an inhale, arms forward and up, rise up. We'll do this a few times. Exhale, reach your arms forward and back. We'll call this airplane arms. Inhale, arms forward and up. And one more time like that. Exhale, back. And inhale, forward and up. We're going to add on a little bit. Listen carefully. Exhale, reach them back. Inhale, bring them up. Flex your palms. Bring your palms all the way back. And then inhale, bring it forward and up. And then exhale, flex your palms, bring it back. I think I messed up the breath a little bit. We'll try that again. Inhale, arms forward and up. Exhale, flex your palms, reach your heart up. 2 more times. Inhale, bring your arms forward and up. Exhale, flex your palms, lift your heart, reach your arms back. Good. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. This time, inhale, reach your arms forward and up, please. As you exhale, reach your arms forward and down. Pick up your back knee, pause. Send your right leg back, 3-legged dog. Where you go from here is up to you. You might play here, you might stack that hip, you might circle, or you might take a vinyasa, so your choice, your choice. I'll meet you in downward facing dog. I'll meet you in downward facing dog. Good. When you're ready, breathe your left leg up and back. Use your core to exhale, step that foot all the way through. Lower your back knee down. Inhale, rise up, Anjaneyasana. Beautiful. Once again, take care here of that back knee. Root your feet down. Scissor your feet together. And from the support of your navel, drawing it up, the heart lifts, maybe yielding to gravity here. And take an inhale here. As you exhale, sweep the arms back, bow it forward, airplane arms. Inhale, arms forward and up. And exhale, sweep it back. 2 more like that. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bring it back. Again, inhale, rise. And exhale, bring it back. Let's add on. On an inhale, rise up. As you exhale, flex your palms, reach your arms back, lift your heart. And then inhale, reach your arms forward and up. Exhale, flex your arms, lift your heart, look up. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. This time, inhale, reach your arms up. As you exhale, reach your arms forward and down. Pause. Pick up your back knee. And we'll send this left leg back, three-legged dog. Same choices here. You might stay here and explore. If you'd like to move through a vinyasa, be my guest. Be my guest. We'll meet you in downward facing dog when you're ready. Soften your knees. Let's take a slow walk forward, the backs of your hands, please. Let's take a forward fold here. Let's take a forward fold. You might bend your knees, catch hold of opposite elbows. If there's another arm variation that feels good, honor that, it's fine. Breathe. A few more breaths, just like this. If you want to switch the crossing of your elbows, honor what feels just right. When you're ready, relax your arms down to the earth. As you inhale, lengthen your spine, Ardha Uttanasana. As you exhale, hands find your hips. With a nice long spine, inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, relax your arms all the way down, finding Tadasana at the top of your yoga mat. Feet rooting. Flesh of the buttocks draping towards your heels. Cage of the ribs right over the pelvic bowl. And the crown of the head rising towards the sun. Take an inhale through your nose. Let's let it go out the mouth. Do this one more time. Inhale. And let it go. Take a resting breath here. Get into the arms just a little more here. So as you inhale, reach both arms up, either parallel or palms might press. And as you exhale, lower the arms down, gaze forward or gaze down. Good. Let's do that again. Inhale, reach your arms up, look up. And as you exhale, lower your arms down. You might gaze down. Let's do that one more time, please. Inhale, sweep your arms up, look up. Good. And as you exhale, lower your arms down. Good. Let's get into the side body a little more. So just the right arm. Inhale, right arm reaches up. You might follow the hand with the gaze. As you exhale, up to go over, nice big arch. On an inhale, reach up, up, up. And as you exhale, follow the hand all the way down. Second side, inhale, left arm reaches up. As you exhale, up to go over, nice big arch. As you inhale, reach up, up, up. And exhale, follow the arm all the way down. Let's do this one more time. So inhale, right arm reaches up. Exhale, up to go over. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, follow the arm all the way down. And last time, inhale, left arm reaches. Exhale, up to go over. On an inhale, reach up, up, up. And as you exhale, lower the arm all the way down. Good. Both arms together. Inhale, both arms reach out. Palms might press. And as you exhale, bow forward all the way down. You go, please. All the way down. Inhale, halfway rise. As you exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands. Step to plank or float to chaturanga, dog or vinyasa. Dog or vinyasa, your choice. I'm going to meet you in downward facing dog. Good. Inhale your right leg up and back, please. On an exhale, step that right foot all the way through. Pivot your left heel flat, heel to arch alignment. And windmill open to warrior two. Windmill open to warrior two. Good. Front knee lunging forward, that right buttock / wrapping under. Maybe that left thigh bone is leaning back just enough that you can really ground that outer left foot, left heel. And as we breathe here, sideways, nice and long. You might roll your palms open, not the shoulder blades onto your back. Keep that, turn the palms back down. You might lunge a little deeper here. And even in this very powerful pose, can you find your tenderness here? That is sometimes our greatest power. We'll flip that front palm open, reach a little bit forward, and inhale, reverse your warrior up to go over. Front knee is still lunging forward towards your second and third toes. Your back hand nice and light. Maybe you find a half bind here to the top of your right thigh. Just an option, and breathe. Finding space from your right thigh bone to your right hip bone. Good. And take one more inhale here. And as you exhale, side angle pose, forearm to your thigh, left arm alongside the ear. And you're always welcome to slide your bottom hand down to the floor or a block. You're always welcome to reach that top arm to the ceiling. One might feel better for you. Great. Grounding down. Widening your mat apart and stretching longer to your fingertips. Take a nice inhale here, listen carefully. As you exhale, that top arm lowers down and inhales you to warrior two. One breath, come on up. Good. And then as you exhale, follow the breath all the way down, dog or vinyasa. Dog or vinyasa. Second side. On an inhale, breathe your left leg up and back. Use your strong core to exhale, step it all the way through. Pivot right heel flat, windmill open to warrior two. Heel to arch alignment. That front knee lunging forward. That right thigh bone leaning back just enough that you can really anchor that outer right foot, right heel. And once again, maybe the palms roll open. Shoulder blades soften onto your back. Maybe the palms turn back down. One more breath. You might lunge a little deeper. We'll flip that front palm, reach a little bit forward. Inhale, reverse your warrior up to go over. And same choices, maybe that bottom hand rests softly on the leg. Or maybe you find that half bind to the top of your left thigh bone, just an option. Finding space wherever you are from that left thigh bone to your hip bone. Breathe. Take one more inhale here. As you exhale, side angle pose, forearm to your thigh, right arm alongside the ear. Feel free to modify or change what needs changing. As your feet root down, widen your mat apart. Stretch longer to your fingertips and breathe. Let's take one more inhale here. As you exhale, top arm lowers down. You inhale, you back to warrior two. One breath. And then as you exhale, follow the breath all the way down, dog or vinyasa. I'll meet you in child's pose. I'll meet you in child's pose. You might circle your wrists. I don't know about you, but it got warm in here. I'm gonna turn my fan on. Good. Now we're going to play a little bit. So in a moment together, we'll repeat that, but this time we'll do each movement in one breath. Feel free to stay longer in any given pose, letting this really be your practice. So when you're ready, I'll meet you in downward facing dog. I'll meet you in downward facing dog. We'll take an inhale to the nose and sigh it out. Maybe one more time, nice inhale. And let it go. We'll take a resting breath. And then we'll begin. With your next inhale, breathe your right leg up and back. On an exhale, step it through. Coming up, warrior two. One breath. Cartwheel open, heel to arch. There you go. Flip your front palm. Inhale, reverse your warrior up to go over. As you exhale, side angle pose. Inhale, warrior two, come on up. Exhale, follow the breath all the way down, dog or vinyasa, your choice. Dog or vinyasa. Good. And take the second side together. On an inhale, breathe your left leg up and back. On an exhale, step that foot through. Pivot right heel flat. Inhale, open, Vira two, warrior two. Flip your front palm, reach a little bit forward. Inhale, reverse your warrior. As you exhale, side angle pose. Inhale, back up to warrior two, one breath. And as you exhale, follow the breath all the way down, dog or vinyasa. Dog or vinyasa. Good. And I want to give the option to repeat that. If you're done, I'll meet you in child's pose. Good. Let's all meet in child's pose if you're not there already. Good. Rest. That was exhausting. Downward facing doggy, please. Downward facing dog. Soften your knees, gaze forward. Bottom of your next exhale, stepping or floating forward to the top of your yoga mat. Inhale, halfway rise. And exhale, fold. We're going to stay low here. Bring your feet a little wider than hip bone distance, please. Take your first two fingers or peace fingers around the mounds, the big toes, yogi toe lock. As you inhale, draw your heart forward. And as you exhale, bow in. 5 breaths. Hatha. Elbows are widening apart. There's freedom in your head and your neck. And then releasing your toes one at a time. Slide your hastas, your hands, under your padas, your feet, so that the toes come all the way to the creases of your wrists. When you're ready, take an inhale, lengthen your spine forward, and exhale, fold. 5 breaths. Shifting the weight a little bit forward towards the toes. Breathe. And then one wrist at a time, release. On an inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, hands to your hips. Grow your spine long. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, relax your arms all the way down. Great. On an inhale, reach your arms up, please. Exhale, bow forward all the way down you go, please. I'm going to watch all the way down you go. Good. On an inhale, halfway rise, heart forward. As you exhale, step it back, downward facing dog. Good. Breathe your right leg up and back. As you exhale, step it all the way through. Lower your back knee down, draw your sternum bone forward. Here we are again. So this time, we're going to heel toe your right foot out to the right. You might scoot your back knee back a little bit. We're going to work a little bit on flexibility today, so you might pivot your right toes a little bit out to the right, about 45 degrees. And that might be where you stay. The foot might stay planted. Option B, begin to peel to the pinky edge side of that foot. So I want you to see that if you can't see that. So peel to the pinky edge side of the foot. Try not to sickle the foot. So all 5 toes are drawing back evenly. And you might stay right here. Option to walk your arms forward. You might even come behind your fingertips, finger pads, and find a little dog in your upper body. So just an option there. Option C, I suppose, is to lower down to your forearms or blocks. And we'll breathe. I love using blocks here. That's an option. Okay. Focusing a little more on the exhalation. The exhales, the cooling side of the breath, letting go side of the breath. It turns on your body's parasympathetic nervous system or your relaxation response. Good. And then very slowly walk your hands up, plant your foot down, and we're moving towards pigeon pose. So you'll shimmy your right heel either towards the center of the mat. If you're feeling a bit more open, maybe a little bit to the left, and lower down. Now, if you know pigeon is a terrible idea for your knee, we don't want to do this. So now would be a good time to make your way onto your back for thread the eye of the needle. But so once again here, the heel might be towards the midline. If your hips are feeling really open, you might bring that shin a little more parallel to the front edge of your yoga mat. Foot is floating or flexing. That outer left hip is wrapping forward. Good. Now take a little peek at your back leg. Make sure it's straight back from your hip bone. It's always nice to know where it is. And with your hips squaring forward, walk your fingertips a little bit forward. You might come behind your finger pads. Scissor your knees together. Take an inhale, lift your heart, look up. So a little bit of a back bend here. You might stay here. As you exhale, lower down to your forearms or blocks. And you might flatten that back foot. We'll be here for about a minute hold today. Again, focusing a little more on the exhale side of the breath. If at any time you feel stuckness that is ready to be released, you might take that who breath we took earlier. Inhaling through the nose and through a straw exhale. We learned that from Donna Farkey. She calls it the who breath. She has her students do that 10 times every single day. It's a nice way to let what is ready to be released, to de-stress a bit, find a little bit of stillness. And very slowly begin to walk your hands up. And we'll step back to downward facing dog. Please take your time. You might move through a vinyasa. I'll meet you here. Good. When you're ready, left leg reaches up and back. On an exhale, step it through. Lower your back knee down, draw your sternum bone forward. And we'll shimmy your left foot to the left, walk your hands or blocks inside that foot. You might be able to scoot your back knee back a little bit, just an option. So from here, option A, pivot the foot out just a little bit. The foot might stay planted. Option B, peel to the pinky edge side of that foot. Peel to the pinky edge side of that foot. All 5 toes drawing back evenly. Good. And then maybe you stay upright on your hands. Maybe you walk your arms forward. You might come high into your fingertips, finger pads, finding a little bit of dog here. Maybe you lower down to your forearms. So you choose. You choose. If you find you can switch your back knee back a little bit. Explore. This lizard pose. We did a variation last week. Nice long exhales. Head might relax completely. You might support under your third eye with a block. Full breaths. Walk your hands up. Come into that pigeon prep, so root the foot down and shimmy that left foot either towards the center or all the way over to the right and lower down onto that shin. Once again, honor what feels good. The heel might be at the center or the shin might be a little more parallel to the front edge of your mat. But wherever you are, can you wrap your outer right hip forward? You might take a peek back at that back leg, see where it is in space. Always curious to know. And then when you're ready, scissor your knees together, come high in your fingertips, finger pads, walk your hands back a little bit. Take an inhale, lift your heart, look up. You might stay here. Or exhale, lower down to pigeon. 1 minute. You might flatten that back foot. Good. Breathe. And that who breath is right there for you. Slowly beginning to walk it up. And it's again your choice, either dog or a final vinyasa. You might take an extra breath in your back bend. And from downward facing dog, you'll either jump through to Dandasana, staff pose, or you might lower down to your shins, cross your ankles, rock forward, and stretch your legs forward. Good. Great. You might reach back, pull the flesh away from your sitting bones. Now make sure you can sit up nice and tall here in Dandasana. So you might sit on a blanket. Really important as we set up for a twist that you're not curling your tailbone under. So do make sure you can sit up nice and tall here. Good. And then we'll support the back of the right knee. I think I won't mirror you. I think I'll do this side with you. So draw your right knee in, and we'll help that right foot over. This is option A. You might keep your left leg extended, left foot flexing, or draw your left heel in towards the buttocks, and really make sure you can ground down. I like to pick myself up, move myself a little bit to the left, and then re-anchor and see if I can really allow that right buttocks to get heavy. If it's still hovering, you might slide a little support underneath there as well, and towel, or you might double up your blanket. Make sure you can sit up tall, either holding the shin or give that thigh a nice hug. You get to choose. Let's bring our right fingertips behind you to the earth. Loop your right shoulder up, back, and onto your back. Take an inhale, sit up nice and tall. As you exhale, navel to the right, elbow to the left. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. As you exhale, navel to the right, your left elbow maybe a little bit to the left. We have 3 more breaths here. I'm going to begin to talk a little less. Take a nice inhale, grow taller. We'll stay in the twist. As you exhale, just the gaze unwinds to center. And then maybe over that left shoulder. Heart stays lifted. Allow your earlobes to drape low. And breathe. Let's take an inhale here. As you exhale, left arm back, right arm forward, a nice open twist. You might stay here if you like to bow into it, be my guest. Sometimes that feels really good. Sometimes it doesn't. Open twists, keeping the abdomen, keeping space in the abdomen here. And when you are ready, very slowly unwind to center. Lean back, stretch your legs forward, shake out the knees. We'll meet you once again in Dandasana, a nice tall seat. And we'll support the back of the left knee when you're ready. Hop that foot over. You might stay here, that right leg is active if that's you. Or lean into your right buttocks, draw your left heel in. Make sure you can sit up nice and tall. Once again, take time to really root your seat. It matters. Good. Either holding the shin or give that thigh a good hug. And we'll bring the left fingertips behind you to the earth or a little support. Loop that left shoulder up, back, and onto your back. Good. As you inhale, lift and lengthen to the crown of your head. As you exhale, navel to the left, maybe your right elbow a little bit to the right, maybe. Inhale, lifting and lengthening. Exhale, navel to the left, maybe your right elbow to the right if you're holding the shin. 3 more breaths. Take a nice inhale here, sit up taller. As you exhale, the gaze unwinds to center and maybe over your right shoulder, front shoulder. Keep the heart nice and lifted. Imagine the earlobes are draping really long here. Breathe. Take an inhale together. And exhale, counter twist. Right arm back, left arm forward. It might be a nice open twist. Option to bow into it. Choice. And then very slowly, mindfully unwind to center. Lean back. I have a little creepy crawly in my home. Lean back, stretch your legs forward, take out your knees. Good. And then coming into Dandasana once again, make sure you can sit up nice and tall. I'm actually going to scooch my blanket out of the way here. One more pose. So planting your hands down, backs of your thigh bones back, spine nice and tall here. Paschimottanasana. As you inhale, stretch your arms up, look up. As you exhale, bow forward, hand to the feet, the shins, the strap. As you inhale, lengthen forward, gaze forward. And as you exhale, surrender, 10 breaths. If you have a blanket or a block nearby, you might even set a little support under your forehead, just an option, and 10 breaths. And inhale, gaze forward. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, come all the way up. And we'll set ourselves up for final relaxation, final Shavasana. So you might take a little support behind your knees. Maybe it's a rolled blanket. So take your time. We'll be in Shavasana about 5 minutes today, maybe longer if you choose to stay there. So really set up your pose. We'll meet you there. Some of the lights in here. So take time to arrive all the way back. And I want to give you the choice to stay reclined in Shavasana. If you'd like to join me for a little meditation, slowly, gradually begin to deepen the breath. You might wiggle your fingers and your toes. You might circle your wrists and your ankles. And stretch and yawn. Move in any way that feels good. Beginning to bend your knees if that's you. And roll to rest on your right side in a fetal shape. Use your upper arm as a pillow. And pressing yourself all the way up to a comfortable, tall seat of meditation. Maybe the eyes stay closed. Once you arrive, you might turn your palms open, Mudra, bringing the thumb and index fingers softly together. And as we arrive back in this seat, bring your attention to the natural rising and falling of your breath. You might notice where that inhale starts. You might notice where that exhale ends. And we're going to work with a mantra this evening, Soham. So as you inhale, silently repeat the word so, I or I am. And as you exhale, silently repeat hum. Inhale, so. And exhale, hum. And continuing just like that. Inhaling, so. Or that I am. Exhale, hum. And as you repeat this mantra to yourself, notice the pause at the top of the inhale. You might hold that for 1.5 seconds or maybe 2 seconds. And exhale, hum. You might hold that pause for 1.5 seconds or maybe 2 seconds. Inhaling, so. And exhaling, hum. And continuing just like that. You might notice how the breath is moving here with this mantra. Is there a beginning? Is there an end? You might stay here with this mantra or allow it to float away. You might simply bake in the stillness. Bringing palms together sweetly at the heart. You might reconnect to that one word that brought you to your mat. And we'll seal in our practice together with one Om sound. First, a breath. Take a nice inhale. And let it go. Inhale. And together we say, Namaste. Have a beautiful, beautiful evening. Feel free to unmute yourself if you have questions, comments, feedback. Otherwise, hopefully I'll see you very, very soon.